Have you ever gazed upon someone dear to you, perhaps a parent, a grandparent, or even a friend in their twilight years, and pondered to yourself, they appear well enough, just a touch weary, perhaps a tad forgetful, moving with a bit more deliberation than before? You dismissed it casually. Indeed, we all share that sentiment. Life becomes a whirlwind of activity. And isn't that precisely the essence of aging? Imagine if I revealed to you that those subtle shifts, that subtle exhaustion, the meals left uneaten, the birthdays overlooked, the way they cling to the wall as they move, what if those were not merely indications of aging, but rather soft murmurs from the body, attempting to convey that something is amiss? Allow me to present a revelation that may catch you off guard. Beyond the age of 75, a staggering 99% of fatalities can be attributed to merely 5 pre-Ruth causes. Not 10, not 20, only 5. What's truly terrifying? Many individuals fail to see the warning signs until it is far too late. And that is the very reason we gather here today. This transcends mere fear. This narrative unfolds around the essence of love. This delves into grasping the true essence of what lies beneath the surface, enabling you to safeguard those you cherish, and perhaps even yourself. The essence lies in ensuring that the concluding chapters of existence are imbued with comfort, dignity, and resilience, rather than enduring preventable suffering. Join me as we delve into the 5 most prevalent causes of death after the age of 75. We'll explore their true nature and, crucially, discuss proactive measures you can take today to either prevent them or recognize their warning signs before they escalate into serious threats to your health. Allow me to share that some of these causes may surprise you. One of them is so understated that you may not even recognize it as a health concern, yet it has the potential to silently sap the vitality from an individual over time. If you have vested interest in aging gracefully or in providing enhanced care for someone in their twilight years, this message is intended for you. Share your thoughts below if you believe that knowledge holds the key to a longer, healthier life beyond the age of 75. Be sure to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide, where we offer genuine, heartfelt advice each week to empower you to age with strength, purpose, and tranquility. Let us delve into the matter at hand. Let us commence with the organ we frequently discuss yet often fail to fully appreciate: the heart. Imagine, if you will, a man named Frank, aged 78. Forever the early riser, greeting the dawn before the sun breaks the horizon. Each morning he could be spotted meandering through the neighborhood, cap perched atop his head, greeting neighbors with a lively wave radiating vitality. Yet one day, Frank ceased to appear. After a handful of days slipped by, when the question was finally posed, he replied, "I've just been feeling a bit weary lately." Nothing of great significance. Half a year had passed, and Frank found himself in the hospital. It appears that his heart had been quietly battling its own turmoil. No significant alert. There are no striking symptoms present. A gradual, unhurried descent. Those early strolls of his, they were the initial surrender of his body, long before he became aware that something was amiss. This is the visage of cardiovascular disease post-75. It isn't always a heart attack that strikes in the dead of night. It frequently manifests in understated ways, slowly unfolding, concealed within expressions such as, "I'm merely aging," or "I lack the vitality I once possessed." With the passage of time, our arteries begin to lose their flexibility. The heart must exert greater effort to pump. The ascent of blood pressure occurs, frequently in silence, devoid of any noticeable signs. Gradually, cholesterol accumulates within the vessels, constricting the channels through which blood ought to flow unimpeded. The heart labors tirelessly, and yet, countless individuals dismiss it as merely a part of the aging process. However, the reality is that such fatigue, particularly when it appears abruptly or lingers, transcends mere aging. The sensation of breathlessness after merely a few steps, the persistent discomfort in your chest that you suspect might be merely indigestion, the dizzy spell you experienced and neglected to bring up. These represent more than mere years. These serve as hints, subtle whispers from your body seeking assistance. What is the most significant error that families often commit? Disregarding these indications, we convince ourselves that he's merely taking his time, or that she's simply experiencing a moment of uncharacteristic struggle. Yet within this demographic, those occasional off days might serve as the sole indication you receive. Here's what you might consider doing. Commence with routine examinations. Be aware of your blood pressure. Be aware of your cholesterol levels. Do not postpone caring for your heart until a crisis arises. Implement subtle yet significant transformations. Incorporate foods that promote heart health into your culinary creations. Oats provide a hearty dose of fiber, while berries burst with antioxidants, and leafy greens promote healthy circulation. There's no necessity for a gym membership. A mere 20-minute stroll each day can fortify your heart in ways you might not expect. Reach out to a cherished individual who is over 75 and see how they are doing. Inquire about their true feelings and emotions. If they have ceased engaging in activities they once cherished, such as gardening, walking, or simply conversing with others, it may not merely be a fleeting change in mood. Perhaps it is the heart yearning for recognition. For the sooner you recognize it, the greater your ability to take action becomes. Yet, the heart is not the sole quiet menace lurking in the shadows. There exists an element often disregarded, one that transforms the manner in which an individual articulates, contemplates, recalls, and gradually, imperceptibly, reshapes their very essence. Let us delve into the second silent force that extracts more from us than we frequently acknowledge, not merely years, but our very identity. Dorothy had reached the age of 80. Dorothy had reached the age of 80. A warm smile. She always crafted the finest apple pie, and never overlooked her grandson's birthday. Yet, on a seemingly ordinary day, she found herself unable to locate her keys, on the other hand. And once more, initially, her family laughed it off, attributing it to Grandma's growing forgetfulness. It appeared innocuous at first, until the moment she could no longer recall her grandson's name. In that moment, the laughter faded away. The physician confirmed it was Alzheimer's. At that point, an excessive amount of time had elapsed to bring it to a halt. Her family wasn't neglecting her. They simply failed to recognize the signs. Unaware of what to seek, they found themselves grappling with the reality that the disease had already entrenched itself. This is the hushed ruin wrought by neurodegenerative disease. Once you reach the age of 75, the likelihood of developing Alzheimer's and various other types of dementia increases significantly, doubling every 5 years. It transcends mere forgetfulness. It involves the gradual decline of the brain's capacity to process information, retrieve memories, and maintain control over the body. Within the intricate landscape of the brain, detrimental proteins begin to aggregate, giving rise to what we refer to as plaques and tangles. These disrupt memory, hinder communication among brain cells, and affect even the most fundamental aspects of thought. Moreover, the journey continues. Parkinson's, a quiet adversary, often manifests not solely through tremors, but through subtle shifts, stiffness, a deceleration in movement, and perhaps a gentle shuffle in one's stride. What may appear trivial can, in an instant, lead to a catastrophic tumble. What is the most significant misconception? Dementia is often perceived solely as a matter of memory loss. They say she's merely experiencing a senior moment. Yet it transcends mere existence. At times, the initial indications manifest in the realm of emotions. A former beacon of joy retreats into solitude. A person known for their prudent choices begins to distribute wealth or engage in impulsive actions. Some find their thoughts slipping away mid-sentence, while others unwittingly recount the same tales time and again. These are not mere eccentricities. These are transformations. Indeed, they hold significance, yet there lies a silver lining. Although a cure may elude us, we possess the means to combat the challenge, particularly when we take action at the outset. Stimulate the intellect, each and every day. Foster an environment rich in puzzles, literature, and engaging dialogue. Even the most straightforward activities, such as mastering a new card game or experimenting with a different recipe, can stimulate the mind in profound ways. Enhance cognitive vitality through a Mediterranean-inspired diet, abundant in fruits, vegetables, fish, olive oil, and nuts. A nourishment that invigorates not only the body, but also the intellect. Do not overlook the importance of sleep. Profound restorative slumber aids in the removal of detrimental proteins from the mind. Much like a diligent nighttime cleaning crew, It provides your mind with the essential upkeep it craves. If you've observed shifts in someone dear to you, take action without delay. Refrain from making assumptions. Softly introduce the topic. Engage in the dialogue. Recognizing the signs early can lead to more years filled with clarity, connection, and life. As the mind intricately molds our thoughts and emotions, there lurks an even more perilous presence that arrives silently, unannounced. One misstep, one stumble in the bathroom, one tumble in the kitchen. Let us delve into the critical importance of balance and mobility, as they can indeed transform into matters of life and death. Let us delve into a moment that can unfold in mere seconds, yet possesses the power to alter the course of everything for eternity. What may seem ordinary, often dismissed as mere coincidence, stands as the third leading cause of death after the age of 75. Descents. Walter had reached the age of 82. He lived alone, his mind as sharp as ever, taking pride in his unwavering independence. He lost his footing in the bathroom just that once. One fractured hip, and everything changed irrevocably. The autumn brought about a swift descent. His movements were no longer as fluid. His activity diminished. He began to forgo his meals. Depression quietly infiltrated my mind. In a matter of months, his health deteriorated. And here lies the harsh reality. This narrative is far from uncommon. With the passage of time, our bones gradually diminish in density. Muscles diminish in strength. The pace of reaction times diminishes. A seemingly insignificant misstep, whether on a loose rug, in a dimly lit stairwell, or on a slick bathroom floor, can result in fractured hips, head trauma, and a protracted, agonizing journey toward healing, if healing is attainable at all. However, what many fail to understand is this: falls transcend mere accidents. These are often indicators of underlying avoidable problems. A medication could be the culprit behind the dizziness, a set of tattered slippers, devoid of any traction, a shadowy corridor devoid of illumination, or perhaps just a deficiency in vigor due to insufficient movement. Many believe it was merely a stroke of bad luck, yet the truth is that most falls are both foreseeable and avoidable. That is the invigorating aspect. Begin with the surroundings. Consider the installation of grab bars in the bathroom for enhanced safety and support. Incorporate non-slip mats within the confines of your shower. Clear the floor of loose rugs and any clutter. Enhance the illumination in every corner of the home, with particular attention to the stairs, hallways, and bedrooms. Next, consider your daily routines. Promote the practice of gentle balance exercises, such as Tai Chi or chair yoga. These serve a purpose beyond mere flexibility. They condition your body to respond, to maintain balance, and to rebound from missteps. Consistently evaluate medications. Certain medications can induce a sensation of lightheadedness, particularly when one rises too quickly. A pharmacist or physician can assist in identifying potentially dangerous combinations. And perhaps most crucially, do not postpone your actions until after the fall, for it takes but a single fall, just one, to strip away a person's autonomy. Their unwavering assurance, their brilliance ignited. This transcends mere injury prevention. It revolves around safeguarding the liberty to traverse, to exist, to embody strength and capability well into your 80s and further. Yet, while physical safety is undeniably crucial, it is not the sole concealed peril lurking beneath the surface. There exists another force, subtle yet equally lethal. A mere cough or a slight fever can mark the beginning of something more significant and transform into an unforeseen hospital stay. Let us delve into the realm of chronic infections and explore the significant threats they present to life beyond the age of 75. A faint cough emerged, barely noticeable at first. Margaret, at the age of 79, regarded it with little concern. "It's merely a touch of chill," she remarked. A handful of sniffles, accompanied by a mild fever. She lingered in bed, sipped her tea, and patiently awaited the passing moments. Yet, in just a week, she found herself grappling for breath. An ambulance was summoned by her family. What is the diagnosis? Pneumonia. She was completely blindsided. Regrettably, she finds herself in the company of many. Beyond the age of 75, respiratory infections such as pneumonia emerge as one of the most perilous dangers. What may seem trivial in a younger individual, such as a chest cold or sore throat, can swiftly escalate into a life-threatening situation for older adults. Allow me to explain. With the passage of time, The elasticity of our lungs diminishes. They no longer expand or contract as they once did. The diminutive airways lose their efficacy, rendering the task of clearing mucus or combating infection increasingly challenging. Moreover, the immune system becomes less robust, resulting in a prolonged struggle against even the most basic viruses. Should there be any chronic illness lurking in the background, such as diabetes, TPD, or heart disease, that risk becomes exponentially greater. One of the most prevalent misunderstandings is to dismiss it casually. It's merely a cough. I find myself feeling somewhat unwell at the moment. However, for seniors, a mere cold is never just that. A seemingly mild fever may be a harbinger of something much more grave, particularly if it lingers for days on end. Fatigue, shortness of breath, confusion, and chest discomfort, these are not mere trifles to overlook. The silver lining? Measures exist that you can adopt to ensure your safety. Vaccines hold greater significance now than at any other time. Ensure you receive your flu shot annually. Inquire with your physician regarding the pneumonia vaccine, as well as the latest advancements in RSV protection. These are not merely for children. They serve as vital instruments for older adults as well. Next, the importance of hand hygiene. It may seem straightforward, yet the act of washing one's hands regularly, particularly after venturing into public spaces, serves as a formidable line of defense. Steer clear of bustling locales throughout the flu season. If a friend or family member is unwell, it's perfectly acceptable to suggest, let's find another time. And remember the air that fills your home. Ensure the air within your home remains pristine by opening windows whenever feasible, utilizing air purifiers, and keeping humidity at optimal levels for health. A parched throat or congested sinus can be more than just a source of discomfort. It can create an inviting environment for viruses to establish themselves. Take a moment to reflect, whether it's within yourself or with someone dear to you. Should you observe a persistent cough, a fever that refuses to subside, or an inexplicable fatigue, take action without delay. Reach out to your physician. Pose inquiries. Take initiative. Infections are relentless. They do not pause for anyone. And when addressed too late, they can rob us of weeks, months, even years. At last, we arrive at a concluding purpose. It doesn't always reside within the physical form. It remains hidden from view on an X-ray. Yet, it influences every aspect of our existence, shaping our healing, our daily lives, and the very moments we greet each new day. Let us engage in a discussion about a matter that holds equal gravity to heart failure or infection. The gradual, hushed resonance of emotional descent and solitude. Ruth had reached the age of 85. Her children resided in another state. Her companions had either departed to distant places or succumbed to the passage of time. Her calls ceased. She ceased her outings. On certain days, she remained silent, not uttering a word to anyone. What about her health? It fell more swiftly than anyone had anticipated. Not from a stroke, not from cancer, but from something more subtle, something that rarely crosses the minds of those seeking a remedy: isolation. Indeed, loneliness, the unseen affliction. It stands as one of the most frequently ignored contributors to mortality beyond the age of 75. Aging is often envisioned as a period of tranquility, a moment for serene contemplation. Yet, solitude does not equate to tranquility. Rather, it poses a threat to well-being. In the silence of isolation, where days stretch into an endless void devoid of conversation, touch, or shared laughter, the toll it exacts runs deeper than the eye can perceive. The research reveals the following insights. The risk of heart disease rises by 29% due to social isolation. The likelihood of experiencing a stroke increases by 32%. Moreover, it significantly hastens the emergence of dementia. And in what manner? Depression in older adults often manifests in ways that transcend mere sadness. At times, it appears as though one is bypassing meals, steering clear of medical visits, letting go of the significance once held dear, or simply lacking the vitality to invest any concern. As solitude envelops the heart, the body inevitably succumbs to its quiet pull. The hunger diminishes. The immune system diminishes in strength. The slumber grows tenuous. Even wounds, whether they are physical or emotional, tend to mend at a languid pace. Nevertheless, the misunderstanding persists. They merely desire solitude. They are weary. Allow them to find their peace. Yet, the reality remains that humans never outgrow their need for connection. We never outgrow our need for love, conversation, and purpose. What are your capabilities? Occasionally, the tiniest gestures create the most significant impact. What? Answer the call. Take a moment to connect, even if just for 5 minutes. Arrange a video call on a weekly basis. Assist your cherished companion in discovering a nearby community center, a book club, a church group, or perhaps even a walking partner. Foster connections across generations. Cherish the time spent with grandchildren, neighbors, and friends. A shared meal, even once a week, has the power to illuminate the shadows in someone's life. What if you find yourself in solitude? Extend your hand. Seeking companionship is a natural desire, devoid of any embarrassment. You are not a weight to carry. You are a person, deserving of connection and compassion. It can be quite challenging, can't it? Observing a beloved one as they gradually decelerate. Drift away from enthusiasm. Let go of names. Gasping for air. And at times, observing yourself experience a touch more fatigue than what is customary. A touch more removed. A touch more. Just be yourself. The anguish is palpable. Not due to a lack of strength, but rather from a place of deep compassion. For within the depths of your being, the echoes of their essence linger, as do the whispers of your own identity. Brimming with vitality. Intent. Vitality. Yet the painful reality remains. Turning a blind eye to these signs offers no shield of protection. It merely accelerates the deterioration. The stillness that follows a tumble. The gentle haze of oblivion. The dismissive wave of a cough. The solitude that remains unspoken. They're not insignificant matters. They are whispers, the body's subtle plea for assistance. And yet, this is the crucial point to remember. You possess strength and agency, regardless of whether you are viewing this for yourself, a partner, a parent, or a friend. Understanding the risks stands as the initial stride toward prevention. This transcends the mere act of extending years in one's existence. It's about infusing vitality into those years. Delight, honor, tranquility of spirit. To stroll to the mailbox unburdened by trepidation. Recall the sound of your grandson's laughter. Awaken with a sense of anticipation, even if it's merely for a steaming cup of tea on the porch. The narrative is in your hands, and it begins anew this very day. Reach out to an old acquaintance you haven't connected with in some time. Consult your physician regarding that persistent fatigue. Embark on that serene stroll. Begin that puzzle. This week, embark on a culinary adventure by trying a single new recipe that incorporates heart-healthy ingredients. There's no need for a complete transformation. All it takes is that first step. Aging is not a conclusion. It is merely the beginning of a new chapter. With love, with care, and with the right understanding, these concluding chapters can emerge as the most significant, the most exquisite, and the most intertwined of all. And that is a cause deserving of our struggle. Let us pause for a moment to thoughtfully revisit what we have just discovered, for this insight has the potential to save a life. What are the 5 pre-Ruth factors contributing to almost 99% of fatalities in individuals over the age of 75? Cardiovascular disease, the quiet strain on the heart that frequently slips under the radar. Neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, silent robbers of memory and autonomy. A fall, a momentary lapse in balance, can alter the course of one's life entirely. Respiratory infections, such as pneumonia, may appear to be minor ailments, yet they possess the potential to escalate dramatically. Ultimately, social isolation and depression manifest as an unseen burden on the spirit, dragging the body down in tandem. These are more than mere facts. These are authentic narratives. Authentic experiences. Genuine individuals, perhaps even yourself or someone dear to you. Though they may appear quiet, they certainly are not unseen. You are now aware of what to seek out. You understand how to react. I would be eager to hear which of these 5 causes caught you off guard the most. Have you witnessed one of those scenarios unfold in a parent, a companion? perhaps even within the tapestry of your own existence. Pause for a moment and express your thoughts in the comments below. I have immersed myself in each and every account, and your journey could resonate with another, offering them a sense of recognition, comprehension, or motivation to take action. If this video has illuminated the concept of aging for you, sparking thoughts, evoking feelings, or inspiring action, consider giving it a like. We kindly invite you to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. Each day, we gather to offer straightforward, life-enhancing advice, emotional understanding, and sincere support for seniors and those who cherish them deeply. Aging may lack a guidebook, yet together, we can navigate the path with greater ease, infuse it with light, and enrich it with purpose. I appreciate you taking the time to be here with me today. Nurture your heart with care. Maintain an engaged mind. Maintain your balance with unwavering poise. Beware of the silent afflictions that lurk beneath the surface. Never overlook the profound healing that comes from the bonds we share with one another. You are not alone. You belong to a thoughtful and nurturing community. Remain resilient. Keep yourself updated until we meet again in the next video.